Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another video in Skyrim. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different. It's sort of a mod bundle and sort of not. It's really more of a showcase of an author, and that author is going to be Salt Maxwell PSHK. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because I recently discovered this author on the Skyrim Nexus, and they are doing some really incredible stuff with weapon animations. We featured their Dawnbreaker mod last week in the Mods Weekly, and I do have another mod that I want to feature in the upcoming one. And upon checking out their profile, it turns out they have done animations for a ton of Skyrim's unique weapons, and I'm assuming that they're going to continue doing even more. And all of these are just of the utmost quality. They're super awesome, and I really wanted to expose those to you guys, show off all of the really cool animated weapons, and really just give it a nice little spotlight, because it really deserves it. For the uninformed, essentially what it is it takes the unique weapon mods and makes them even more unique by adding these cool custom animations that play either while you equip them or just while you have them out. And they're all incredibly unique and different from each other and make each weapon feel special. So let's just go ahead and check these out one by one with the ones he's already released, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. So I suppose we'll start with the author's most recent mod, the Chillrand Animation, which as you can see is a beautiful overhaul. When you equip this thing, it quickly covers with frost, has icicles start forming off the end of it, and has a nice transparency, which really suits the weapon that is primarily used for frost damage. All of these animations also work in first person and just add so much character to these weapons. Animations while they draw and then consistent animations while you're using them just make these so unique and so cool. Up next we have another recent release, and a really impressive one at that. It's going to be Mirak's Sword. As you can see, when you equip this, the tentacles move out of the weapon and crawl up the sword and are consistently animated as you hold it out. This one is super pleasant to watch. Well, for some people, maybe not for others, but definitely impressive work and such a super cool mesh edit. And like the last mod, I'm going to go ahead and show this off in first person too. Look at how the tentacle wraps around the front of the weapon there. Super cool. It really makes this thing feel alive. Even the eye blinks, and that's just incredible. Now our next weapon is pretty interesting, as it is a staff, and that specifically is going to be the Skull of Corruption, which now has a fully animated head and mouth, as you can see, that will sort of talk at the enemy and open up when you're ready to use it. Now this one's a little bit harder to appreciate and notice in first person, but it is still there. Moving on, we're going to check out the Dawnbreaker, which is the first one of these I had ever seen, and is what we covered last week on Mods Weekly, but man, the way that this weapon unfolds when you use it, not to mention it has those fully animated little crystals always floating around, looks super cool. Something that's a little bit more hard to capture is that when you do a power attack with this weapon, you actually get a few more crystals at the end there, and it's nice and glowy, which looks super, super cool. This is one that can definitely be appreciated in first person. As you can see, it unfolds there with the fully animated little glowing crystals. It's super good. Moving on, we have the Volendrung, which as you can see has an animated eye as you have it equipped, and also features a pretty interesting unequipping animation. When you put this guy away, it actually shrinks down on your back to be nice and compact, which is pretty interesting. Now this next one is super cool. We have the Nightingale Bow, which actually extends as you pull it out. Now that may not be super noticeable at first, but it's nice and folded up on your back, and when you pull it out, it fully extends. Here's a different angle to maybe give you a better look at what exactly this thing looks like. You really notice it when you put it away. This one's also relatively noticeable in first person. Nice little bit of wiggle when you pull it out, which little interesting, but definitely cool to have something unique for a bow. Now here we have the Mace of Molag Bal, which it's kind of hard to see at first, but when you pull it out, it actually extends the spikes and opens the mouths on this weapon, which makes this a much more menacing looking mace. This is something that might actually be more noticeable in first person. You can see the spikes grow there and make this a truly terrifying weapon. And then finally we have the Staff of Magnus, which as you can see opens up the claws and makes the orb larger. Definitely cool because the Staff of Magnus is not something I ever really used, but now it's something I want to go out there and collect because this thing is really cool looking. Also another one that you can appreciate in first person as well. Super cool. So yeah, more than anything, the purpose of this video was really just to share these amazing mods with you guys and really give some recognition to this author because they are doing some incredible stuff. If you want to check out any of these mods, I've actually linked them all individually down below, as well as linked the author's mod page so you can go check out everything all at once because this really is some incredible stuff and I love having it in my load order. As always, support your mod author, endorse their mods if you like them, donate if that's something you're able to do, and more than anything, just show your appreciation for all their hard work. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating, consider subscribing if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. And hey, shout out to all of our patrons for their continued support. As always, your donations are greatly appreciated and help to fund videos just like this one, so again, thank you.